Hello and welcome to the United Stand, the place for all your latest Manchester United transfer news with that real fan opinion. And we've got lots and lots to talk about Gareth Bale, the left-back situation, and also a massive 24 hours for Manchester United, which we'll be speaking about in a moment. But first off, let's talk about Gareth Bale. Not been spoken about for a couple of weeks, but as I've said, and a lot of you have realised as well, is that over the next few weeks, there's going to be some big things going on at Real Madrid. Whether Hazard goes there, Neymar goes there, Bale leaves, Ronaldo leaves. Bale or Ronaldo, one of them will leave Real Madrid. Where will they go? And where does that fit in with Manchester United most importantly? Now, an interesting thing here is that Gareth Bale has basically been told that if he wants to come to Manchester United, he will have to go public and say that he wants to definitely leave Real Madrid. That Manchester United have had their fingers burnt in the past numerous times with Ronaldo, Sergio Ramos a couple of years, where United are interested in bringing a Real Madrid player in. Everybody thinks it's going to happen, and then they end up signing a new contract at Real Madrid. And I think Manchester United's plans may well have veered away from what they were, based on the fact that maybe there is this Galactico signing, whether it's a Bale or a Ronaldo, that they can get this summer, but they don't want to waste that much time doing it if it's going to end up how it has in the past, especially when there is so much business perceivably that needs to be done at Manchester United. So where's this come from? Well, it's coming from Spain, and it's coming from somebody called Eduardo Inda of OK Diario. Now, what I would say about this is this particular journalist and this particular source isn't ranked that high in the credibility stakes at all, and it could just be total and utter nonsense that we seem to get quite a lot from Spain, from outlets like Don Balon, looking to generate interest and interest in their particular newspapers. However, I actually think, as nonsensical as it may well be, it actually makes a lot of sense from a Manchester United point of view when you look at it, that actually, if we are interested in a Gareth Bale or we are interested in a Ronaldo, but let's focus on Gareth Bale, if we are interested in that, it cannot be enough that he, after a Champions League final, he says, I've not been happy this season, I need to play more football. A decision needs to be made, and Manchester United need to make decisions that are better for Manchester United, i.e., if Bale's not going to make his mind up for 3 or 4 weeks, then Manchester United should probably make their mind up now and say, all right, okay, fine, we're looking elsewhere. Because how much would we spend on someone like Bale? In excess of £100 million. That £100 million could be spent elsewhere better. So let's see what happens with that. I think it's logical. I think it makes total sense that actually, if somebody like Bale is looking to leave Real Madrid, then he needs to publicly make that abundantly clear. Two reasons. One, he's going to leave, and then it's a free-for-all who's going to get him. And two, actually, be massively beneficial for whoever's going to get him to start bartering. Because if he stays quiet, then that's when Real Madrid hold the power, so to speak. Talking about money elsewhere, because let's be honest, how much has Manchester United got to spend? If they're not going to spend a massive amount on a big signing, then maybe we can look at other areas, and left back, as I've said many a times, is the most important area for Manchester United. And there's been some developments from there. A really good article from Sport Witness talking about local Valencia reports and an article, local Valencia journalists I've spoken to Gaya, the left back who we were speaking about before, who's basically said, I'm not aware of any offers coming in, I'm very happy at Valencia, but indicated that if he was to leave Valencia, it would have to be for silly money. So, more or less covering all the bases that he's happy at Valencia, and that if he was to go, he'd want a big fee going to the club, which obviously ingratiates him with those with Valencia. Gaya is not the left back I want, but I'd certainly say he's in my top 3. Alexandro would be number 1, and Alexandro sort of features in another story from Turkey. We're doing a bit of a European tour at the moment, because Turkish reports that disappointment for Fenerbahce in relation to a Manchester Evening News article saying that Manchester United have been priced out of Alexandro for 52 million. They don't want to spend that much money, which has disappointed Fenerbahce apparently, because they were interested in getting Luke Shaw and saw the signing of Sandro to Manchester United as an opportunity to go and get Luke Shaw. Now, cue all the comments below if you haven't seen Rants and Flex's little video yesterday where Rants sort of went in on his opinions on Luke Shaw, which is every fan's right. I'm sure people will be thinking about Luke Shaw and kebabs and things like that in Turkey, but I don't know. I don't see Luke Shaw going anywhere other than England, to be honest. We don't really see many English players leaving the UK anymore to go abroad, and I certainly don't think he'd be off to Fenerbahce or Turkey. But that is being reported, and that is quite interesting. Which brings me to the bit that I've been excited about talking about to you today, which is the massive 24 hours for Manchester United. Now, it may not be lost on some of you, but Brazil are playing Serbia tonight at 7 o'clock. If you want to join me on That's Football, I'll be doing a watch-along for that, and then I'll be live at 9 o'clock here on the United Stand afterwards. But not only is it a massive game in respect of the World Cup, and we will lose Brazil or Serbia tonight. One of them will be going home. I don't even think it's a scenario that one of them won't go home, because I think Switzerland will be going through. So Brazil or Serbia will go home, but as a Manchester United perspective, what does that mean in relation to our transfer summer? Well, it's quite big, really, because Brazil, Willian, Serbia, Milinkovic-Savic. One of those will go home tonight, more than likely, and once they're home, they're free game for transfer activity, and that means that the World Cup, which doesn't actually finish for another 2 weeks. How many weeks is it till the World Cup finishes? I think it's 3 weeks till the World Cup opens. So we've got first group stage, quarterfinals. Yeah, so it's 3 weeks till the World Cup final. So, prospectively, someone like Brazil or Serbia could go quite deep into the tournament. With one of them knocked out tonight, if they are transfer options for us, then it speeds that process up. In the case of Willian, if Brazil were to get knocked out tonight, Willian sorts his Chelsea's future out. Does he become available for Manchester United? Milinkovic-Savic, which many people feel is more likely that Serbia will lose tonight. If Serbia go out tonight, Milinkovic-Savic, pop off on holiday, sort your future out at the start of July, So it's a big, big game in context of that and what that means for either of those players that are potentially targets for Manchester United. And also, just wanted to add in there that there was an article yesterday that I didn't mention, which is Barcelona have apparently pulled out of the race to sign Milinkovic-Savic because of the potential price. I'm a big fan of Milinkovic-Savic. He ain't going to go to Barcelona. He does not fit with what Barcelona want. He's twice the size of most of their players, and he's not tiki-taka. So I don't think Barcelona would ever be a threat in relation to signing Milinkovic-Savic. Potentially, Real Madrid still are, but I think that Milinkovic-Savic is either going to go to Juventus or Manchester United, and that's what my firm belief is on that. But going back round again, what are your thoughts on this now? What are your thoughts on this? Do you think that Brazil or Serbia going out will kickstart things for Manchester United in the transfer window? I certainly think we need to. I certainly think I suppose my angle is, what do you want? Do you want to put Manchester United first, or would you like Serbia to knock Brazil out? Or is Willian a player that you'd prefer? I suppose that's what I'm saying in a roundabout way. I do get a little bit tired in the morning, but yeah. Who would you prefer to go out tonight, Brazil or Serbia? And Serbia go out, that's better for Milinkovic-Savic to United. Brazil go out, that's better for Willian to Manchester United. What's better? Because I know a lot of people feel that Willian would solve that right midfield problem. And also, again, we're still stuck in that confusing area, and I really want to get your opinions on this. And I'll throw an if scenario at you, because I do firmly believe that Bale or Ronaldo will leave Real Madrid. Whoever it is, if let's say Bale leaves, does that sort of throw Manchester United's transfer plans in the air and they have to go in for that? Or would you ignore it and just stick to the plan, get a left back, a midfielder, maybe a centre back, and that improves us as a team? Or do you throw those plans in the air and you go and get the superstar? Really want to know what you think about that. In fact, I'm going to do a poll for it as well. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Please do drop a like. Please do give your thoughts on what we've just said there. And remember, we put up quite a lot of content yesterday. So if you want the latest on the centre backs that have been linked to, if you want to see Rants and Flex's video from yesterday, which is getting a lot of comments about the Luke Shaw thing, so it's well worth a listen to if you get a chance today. Thanks everyone for watching. Please do drop a like on the video. Give us your thoughts below. I'll speak to you all soon.